My supervisor told our manager that I quit, but I didn't. I, 45F, loved my job. The women I worked with were so easy to get along with, the pay and benefits were great, and our branch manager, Greg, was offering me the office manager position as the lady, Anne, currently in that position, was expected to retire the following year. This was my future, my career, right where I wanted to be. I found out that Anne did not want me to be her successor. She'd already planned for a coworker to take on her role. She never told us who she preferred. This was discovered by me and a coworker, Beth, on a document that Anne saved to a department-wide file. I was learning a new part of the system and come across it while exploring the systems I had access to on my work computer. The document explained that in the event of her retirement or being unable to perform her duties, that she named Beth as her successor. Beth had expressed many times that she did not want the position or responsibility. So, Greg starts having me learn some of supervisor's duties. Anne does not like that I'm learning what she feels Beth should be learning, and she asks Greg, in front of our entire department, why he was having me learn those duties when she already decided on her successor. He said, "That's not how we do that," and went on to explain to the entire office that people are hired and promoted based on their ability to perform the duties, blah, blah, blah. The look on her face when he left the room told me all I needed to know. She was pissed. The next few weeks are okay, if not a little tense when I ask Anne for guidance or suggestions, but it's still tolerable. Keep in mind I'm still doing all of my duties in addition to learning hers. I'm doing everything I can to show that I deserve this promotion, being on time, if not a few minutes early, getting work done correctly and timely, doing extra tasks when I was free. My coworkers were stoked that I was getting the promotion. Then I got sick. A coworker, Angel, had been off with vid and apparently still had it when she returned to work 3 days before her doctor excuse released her. Anne had her to test for vid with one of those cheap store-bought tests, and it showed negative, so they let her stay and work. Her desk was like 4 foot from mine, if that. Guess who caught the vid? Me. Guess who also caught flu A from her school-age child? Me again. I was so sick. The doctors put me off work for 2 weeks. I went back to work, vid-free, but still so weak and sick. I mean, like, can't stand for longer than a minute or two without getting dizzy, feeling like I can't catch my breath, still coughing uncontrollably. I literally can't get anything done. I went to Anne, who has watched my suffering for 2 days, and explained to her that I just can't. I wasn't getting any better, and I needed to go home and call the doctor to arrange to see them. She agrees, but adds the comment, "If you plan to take my job, then you might want to avoid getting sick like this in the future. This position doesn't have the flexibility of missing work for a little cold." The doctor said I shouldn't have been released to go back to work yet, and gave me 5 more days to recover and rest. I went back to work after those 5 days, and I felt much better. Fast forward a couple months, I woke up barely able to move my arm. It felt locked in place. I went to the doctor, had x-rays, and was told that I needed surgery. The orthopedic doctor arranged the surgery. I went to work and explained to Anne, gave her the paperwork, and requested to meet with Greg to request time off or temporary part-time while in recovery. Greg wasn't in, so I explained to Anne how important it was that I speak to him for arrangements. I said, "I have to have surgery, and I need to see if we can arrange time off and part-time hours during my recovery. It is imperative that I speak with him. I don't want to get fired or anything, so I need to see what we can work out." We had a full 20-minute conversation about how she's sure he will work with me, and they'll do everything they can to accommodate the time I need to recovery, etc. She said that she would be sure that he got in touch with me. She was shockingly super nice about it, which should have been a huge red flag. I wait and wait all day, nothing. I tried calling the office and was told by Anne that Greg is in meetings and will get in touch with me. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll just go into the office a little early and speak to him before I clock in and before his first meeting. I show up, use my keys to open the employee door. Everyone is greeting me like normal. I get to Greg's office and he asks, how did I get in the employee door? I laughed and said, I have a key. I work here. He says, no, Anne should have collected your keys yesterday. She informed me yesterday that you quit. She said you told her that you can't fulfill your duties after your surgery, so you quit and left. I was flabbergasted. I explained to him what mine and Anne's conversation was. I explained that I never said that I quit. I had asked to meet with him to make arrangements. He said he had already met with the board and had me removed from all system access and terminated my employment status. I asked why he would do that without a resignation letter, call, or email from me. His reasoning was that a lot of people just quit and walk away from a job without official documentation. He said, I can't retire you for 1 year. If you like to come back and resubmit your resume in a year, I'd love to rehire you. You've been an asset to us, and I'm disappointed to see you go. I was really hoping you'd be the next office manager. I argued that I never quit, so there shouldn't be a need for a 1-year wait period. Just contact the board and tell them there's been a misunderstanding. He just keeps saying, I can't do that. It's already in the system. Once an employee's record is terminated, it can't be renewed for 1 year. I gave up and left with my dignity. I wasn't going to beg. A week later, I got a letter stating that they accepted my resignation by phone call. What the actual F? None of this took place on a phone call. It was all face-to-face. Plus, I didn't resign. Beth said Anne announced her plan to retire, but withdrew it when she rejected the promotion. The board is giving her another year, then they're going to force her to retire. On a happier note, I had my surgery and am recovering nicely.